Forward to this segment all morning. It's been called the summer of Trump. So what's the secret to his success? Newt Gingrich has an idea.
So the heart of the Trump model is, I will make us a winner again. Do you want to be a winner? If you'd like to be a winner, I'll make us a winner. And then people come up with all these policy questions, and he goes, how'd you like to win? And Americans out there go, I like winning. Winning sounds pretty good to me.
So how does anyone compete with that, and why is it resonating for someone who is an historian like Speaker Newt Gingrich? He was Speaker of the House and a presidential candidate who wowed for a while in 2012. Mr. Speaker, so you think it's really the word winning that turns on America?
I think that's a big part of it. Trump offers you a dynamic vision of getting things done. He doesn't get mired down. People are sick of Washington policy talk. They're sick of politicians who talk in general terms. Remember, it's not just Trump. If you take the four outsiders, Trump, Carson, Fiorina, and Senator from Texas, the fact is those four really are different, and they're getting almost 60% of the vote now. And that makes an enormous difference. So it's not just Donald Trump. There's a country looking for something very, very different. But,
you know, as Governor Huckabee, and I'll just paraphrase what he said over the weekend, he said, look, I appreciate what's going on, the non-politicians doing well, Carson, Fiorina, and Trump. But in the end, America's not going to go, they're going to go with an expert, a real politician to represent them. Do you think that'll be the case ultimately?
Well, look, that's the gamble. Virtually every analyst I know says, okay, it's been summer, it's a balloon, it's going to come back to normal. If it was only Trump, I would say, sure, okay, this could be like Rudy Giuliani, who was way ahead at this point in 2008, and it didn't work. So I said maybe. But the fact is, when you have a Ted Cruz, who's really an outsider, even though he's in the U.S. Senate, and you have a Fiorina doing well, and you have Carson now in second place in most of the country, and you have Trump getting bigger and bigger margins, we owe it to the American people. Forget the candidates. We owe it to the American people to try to understand the signal they're sending us. And frankly, if I were a traditional political leader right now, I'd be very frustrated trying to figure out what's the message that's going to break through in this kind of environment.
Well, it's true. I mean, you had a hard time breaking through, but you started breaking through on the established candidate, Mitt Romney. But after a while, that faltered and money won out. Now, Newt, I got to ask you, too, as we look at these others that are they're doing very well, they're making some mistakes, and it doesn't seem to matter. Where a small mistake by Newt Gingrich or a small mistake by Mitt Romney with the 47% seemed to really cut him down a little bit. I'll give you the latest example. That you had an interview with Donald Trump, where Donald Trump was asked about Nasrallah and Zawahiri and al-Masri and didn't know basically any of these names. Why does that not hurt him? Or does it?
Well, I think it hurts him with the elite, but it doesn't hurt him with his base. I just read an interview he had done, I think it was with the Daily Caller, where he talks about the fall of Mubarak very intelligently, talks about what the impact was of our betraying Mubarak after all those years of support. Pretty sophisticated answer, frankly. I think people get it that the President of the United States is not picked to win Jeopardy. He's not picked for trivial, or she is not picked for trivial pursuit. The real question is, what is it you're going to do to move America to a better, stronger future? And that's where you get this. I think the difference in styles, by the way, is amazing. You have Trump, who's very noisy, and then you have Dr. Carson, who's very reserved, and they're number one and number two in the national survey. I mean, go figure.
Governor, and also Carly Fiorina seems to be making a huge difference, and she'll be on the main stage in a couple of weeks.
That's right. The next debate's going to be as fascinating as the first debate, because you're going to have people now trying to sort out what do they do about Trump.
Right.
But they got to remember, if you hit Trump, you may actually build up Fiorina or Carson or Cruz. So it's a very tricky business.
Newt, two things real quick. If I put Newt Gingrich in this race right now, tell me what the strategy, if you had to come up with a strategy for your staff, what would it be?
I have no idea, because I think this is such a totally different year. I'm an optimist. I think the American people are moving and the candidates are following. I think that's really good for the country, but I have no idea how I would try to play that.
Should Joe Biden run?
No. I think if you're a nation looking for somebody new and different, it would be almost sad to put a career, lifetime politician out. He's had a great career. He's done very well. I think he'll be very disappointed if he runs.
Wow. And he has lost badly 2 times before. Newt Gingrich, thanks so much. Always great to see you.
Great to be with you.
All right. 11 minutes now before the top of the hour.